Assassin's Creed has had many highs and lows, but as I scroll back through the pages of my memory, there are some missions that stand above the rest as being the most memorable, for better or for worse, in the franchise. Obviously guys, there's going to be many spoilers for many AC games, and in no particular order, here is my list. Assassin's Creed 2, Flying into the Palazzo Ducale. Leonardo da Vinci creates a flying machine for Ezio to infiltrate the palazzo, as there is no logical way to penetrate the outer walls and fences. The flying machine does not at first fly far enough for Ezio to get all the way into the palazzo. The young Ezio gets a little irate at the situation, but then Leonardo has a great idea of lighting fires to help push the machine back into the air. Fires are lit, and it is time to fly our way into the palazzo to assassinate Carlo Grimaldi before he kills the Doge. Once inside, we must enter the palazzo without being detected, which isn't actually very hard, because we're coming from the roof. Unfortunately, we are a little too late to save the Doge, and Grimaldi attempts to flee, blaming the murder on Ezio. After a quick chase, we take down Grimaldi, and as usual, the Templar tries to justify his murder, and Ezio signs off with his amazing Requiescat in Pace, before Ezio himself must flee for his life, with about 30 guards chasing him. Unity, Assassination of Charles Severe. I don't think this is anywhere close to the best mission in Unity, but for some reason it always sticks in my head. Arno is no longer an apprentice anymore, and this is his first real mission where he is to plot and execute a plan to assassinate Severe. I think what makes this so memorable, as it was the first black box mission of the game, and its location is also stunning. Notre Dame Cathedral is a sight to behold both inside and out. The protesters outside give an amazing atmosphere for this crazy time in French history. There are many ways to enter the cathedral, and one unique kill opportunity. By sneaking into the confessions box, Arno pretends to be his accomplice before brutally stabbing him with a hidden blade through the box before escaping. Rogue, Lisbon Earthquake. The catalyst for Shay turning from the Assassins and joining the Templars. Shay is tasked with journeying to Portugal to retrieve a piece of Eden from the precursor site, located within the cathedral in Lisbon. After completing a parkour challenge to locate it, Shay ventures into a precursor site. As he takes the piece of Eden, it dissolves and triggers the Great Lisbon Earthquake of 1755. What follows is an amazing set piece of our assassin having to run through the city as it collapses. It begins with Shay running back through the cathedral that no longer has a roof, as what remains continues to fall as you pass through. Buildings crumble and fall all around us as we make our way back to our ship. The people are screaming, babies crying, and the sheer terror of the world around us disintegrating as we try to find a safe path through. The atmosphere this section creates is one of the best set pieces in all of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, Battle with Robert de Sable. Altaïr learns that Robert and King Richard are cooperating and joining forces. Altaïr must first fight his way through an active battle, taking on many soldiers along the road to meet with King Richard. Altaïr tells Richard of Robert's treachery, to which he asks Robert directly as he takes off his helmet, revealing himself. Robert and Altaïr argue a bit before King Richard proclaims it should be solved by combat, as to let God decide who is telling the truth. Altaïr must fight off many guards and finally take on Robert himself. Altaïr ultimately triumphs, but in Robert's confession, he reveals to Altaïr that he is merely a puppet of the traitor Al-Mualim, Altaïr's master and leader of the assassins. With Robert's death, nothing is keeping Altaïr safe from Al-Mualim, and Altaïr must return to Masyaf to confront his master. The mission ends with a very interesting conversation between King Richard and Altaïr that touches on many of the most interesting parts of the AC lore, calls into question the tenets of the creed, and has many philosophical thoughts. Syndicate. Jacob finally cleans up his own mess. After this idiot Jacob causes yet more problems with his carefree attitude and mostly terrible jokes. Yes, I don't like this character, but at least he kind of has the growth and a bit of redemption in this mission. Anyway, after being an idiot just one more time, Jacob realizes Roth is not to be trusted and must take his life. Jacob then has to sneak into the theater using a mask to disguise himself. He then must take out 4 of Roth's decoys, which all pose their own challenges and solutions. One such solution is to poison the pitcher that will be given to one of the decoys and his cronies. They all start to go berserk and they kill each other. Eventually, in classic Roth style, he decides to burn down the theater with everyone inside, so the mission gets pretty crazy. Jacob frees the machinist so he can lower the rafter so Jacob can get into position to assassinate Roth without him knowing. Unity. Assassination of Latouche. Arno is in Versailles, once again reclaiming his father's pocket watch. Elise asks him to return to Paris. He agrees, but has one more thing to take care of. Latouche. Yes, Latouche, the douche. Yeah, but everyone's probably made that joke before. Anyway, Latouche, who is currently carrying out the Templars' wishes by committing mass executions by guillotine. Now this mission is actually pretty difficult. There are so many guards and most are within eyesight of another guard, and trust me, you do not want to get spotted on this mission. There are many guards to take out before you can make it to the jail cell. Once you do, you talk to an old adversary who tells you a guard has the keys, but you don't want the keys to let them out, you want the keys to get yourself in. Arno wants to pose as a prisoner to get close to Latouche. Once you get close enough, you can finish this snake of a man once and for all. In Unity's version of a confession, you see the sad downfall of an honest taxman who was fired because he discovered money being stolen, and then we also see his recruitment to the Order and his assignment to Versailles. Black Flag, Siege of Charlestown. So this is memorable for several reasons. One, because there is a ridiculous stealth ship sequence, but a very cool chase set piece after on land as Edward attempts to assassinate the captain. So first we must avoid watchtowers and another ship's vision while sailing through a swamp, which to be honest seems like a ridiculous thing that just wouldn't be possible, and I think I'm right about that. We must disembark a few times to eliminate enemies and remove their bells so they can't alert anyone else. But after taking out all the bells, we do eventually get spotted, and what happens is an epic parkour chase in the rain to assassinate the captain. The chase takes us through a swampy village with accompanying explosions, fire, gunshots, and even a torpedo crocodile attack. The atmosphere and the rain and the fact that it's at nighttime is just so cool. And you know what?
You should have bartered, mate.
Syndicate, Tower of London. Now this just might be a personal one because this is a location that still exists today and that I have visited, but I really enjoyed sneaking around the Tower of London. There are a few unique opportunities, including unique kill assistance and infiltrations in this mission, and they are all interesting and fun to use. The first is stealing the master key that allows all unlocked doors to be open. You can also kill the Templars that are disguised as guards by talking to a specific guard. You can then also free the constable, which can aid you in combat by instructing his men to fight alongside you. The guards in blue and Eagle Vision will now fight for you while you sneak around and will also give you an easy exit after you take down your target. The unique kill is to get the allied guard to act like he has captured you so you can get close to Lucy Thorne for a very satisfying assassination. I really hated this woman. Revelations, Forum of the Ox. On Ezio's quest to find more Masyaf keys, he tracks one of them to Forum of the Ox, a public square located in Constantinople. Once going below the square through a secret door, Ezio finds the Byzantines already there. In a very strange move for Ezio, he fires at a guard, revealing himself as the remaining Byzantines climb into the boat to escape and head towards the door to the key. I like to think he was aiming for the gunpowder, but who knows? What follows is an incredible parkour chase sequence while being fired upon. Ezio gains on the guards in the boat until they decide to somehow throw this gunpowder and explode Ezio's path ahead of him. Ezio then has to use his highly honed parkour skills across these burning remains of old paths. Ezio gets to a zipline that runs over the guards and he gets to strike from above. Unfortunately, or maybe even fortunately, the boat with him and the guards goes over a waterfall. The mission finishes with Ezio fighting the remaining guards and then retrieving the Masyaf key. So those are the first missions that spring to mind when I thought about memorable missions, and since I remembered them, then I guess that makes them memorable, right? Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leaving a like would mean the world to me. It really helps out the channel, my friends. And check out some of the other videos on screen now. Thank you to my patrons, Alex Applegate and Justin Krim. You are legends. And thank you, person listening to my strange Kiwi accent drone on and on. Yes, you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Sticks out.